Hey coin collectors, welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. And today we have kind of an interesting story of the first Australian and second Australian dollar coins. And this, of course, is the 1984 first Australian dollar coin, the Mob of Roos. And you can see there's a bunch of kangaroos kind of circling the coin. It says $1 on it. It's a broken reeded edge, so it's reeded smooth as you go along. And then, of course, on the front we have the Arnold Machen second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, and she is wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, and it says Australia 1984 on it. Now, here's the problem, and that is that they made 186 million of these in 1984, but they didn't put any of them in proof sets. You could buy a proof version in a blue velvet box all by itself with a certificate of authenticity, or you could buy a uncirculated coin in a red, it's essentially a red bubble wrapped, encased in cardboard. And so they didn't put them in proof sets, however. So the proof set of 1984 does not include the dollar coin. So the first proof set that does include a dollar coin is this one here, and this is the 1985. And usually I don't do any coins where I can't actually open them up, but this one's kind of a special proof set, so I'm not going to open it up today, but I want to show you. So these come in a cardboard box, looks kind of like this, if I can get it set up right. It has flaps on both ends, and they're real easy to tear. So often if you buy one, even from a dealer, like I got this one, you'll have a tear in it. You open it up, and inside you see that it has just another box inside, and it's just like a container box. And then if you open it up further, you see that it has, in the very center of it, it has this right in the very center, and that's the blue Australian Mint, Royal Australian Mint binder. Now, many times when you get these, you'll get them with stickers on them. The problem is that if you put a sticker on a case like this, you can never get the glue off underneath, and it actually discolors underneath. So a lot of times you buy it from the dealer, you try to take that sticker off, and it's just going to be glue and discolored underneath. So we just usually leave them on. So it flips open like this, and when you get inside, you see usually one of these things. This is a certificate of authenticity, or they call it the COA, from the Royal Australian Mint. And this goes through every coin that's in here. So we see, if we look at this, there's a dollar coin that's aluminum bronze, 50-cent coin, 20-cent, 10-cent, and 5-cent that are all copper nickel, and then a 2-cent and a 1-cent that are bronze. And this says how much they weigh, and they also talk about the case. And that's one of the reasons that I'm not going to open it up. And this is, they call it a ultrasonically sealed case. Now you can pull it out of the binder here. See, it has a binder that you can just pull it out of. Let me show you how to do that. So you can pull it out, and the binder just looks like this when you pull it out, and you can stick it right back in easily. It doesn't hurt it. And then you get this right here. And this is the ultrasonically sealed, and so it's really hard. You don't get it open without breaking it into pieces. And the problem that I have with this one is, and of course there's a sticker on this one too, which if you take it off is going to leave a bunch of glue and stuff on there. The problem I have with this one is these are just magnificent coins, and I don't want to take them out of the casing even to look at them. So let's look at them here. So there's a 50-cent here down at the bottom. And just look at the difference in here. So here's the dollar, there's the 50, there's the 20, there's the 10, 5, 2, and 1. And if we flip them over, we see that there's the Mob of Roos right there. And just see how shiny those proof coins are. And there's the 5, there's the 10. the 5's kind of off to the side. I don't know if the case just did it on its own or got shook a little bit. There's the 10, there's the 1, 20, 50, and there's the 2. Now, when you look at these coins, you can actually see, you can tell this is a proof coin just because they do a different finish on the actual figurehead. But the other thing that you can see on here, which is really strange, is that they didn't use the same portrait. So by 1985, they had the Raphael David McCloof portrait. And you can actually see the initials down in there if you look way down in. There's a RDF in RDM in here, Raphael David McCloof. And so this is the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. So the first proof coin set from Australia that has the Mob of Roos is the third portrait, not the second portrait. And let's look at them one more time going through, because they are just incredibly. And look at how the color comes out when you have the bronze. So this is kind of white, but this is just a amazingly nice set of coins. And look at that one. So this is the obviously the Raphael David McCloof also, and you see the RDM right down here. All right, that's all we have today for our Royal Australian Mint set, proof set from 1985.